I just wanted to give you a report about my work on the Affordable Care Act this week. As you may know, the Republican leadership in the House and the Senate is trying to repeal it.
The fact of the matter is that the Republicans over the last 6 years tried to make this an ideological debate, left versus right. And what we're saying today is that is not what this is. We put the ACA in place because we found a lot of people couldn't get health insurance, their costs were going up, their out-of-pocket expenses, their benefit package was diminished. Now I think the debate has to be practical. What does this really mean to the average person?
A lot of people get insurance who didn't have it before, and they have a much better benefit package and also fewer out-of-pocket expenses for their health care. This is something that I've been working on for many years, including when it was first adopted a few years ago when I was one of the drafters of the Affordable Care Act. And frankly, the Republicans in talking and moving forward with repealing the Affordable Care Act have not at all talked about any kind of replacement. So my fear is that many people may lose their health insurance, end up with fewer benefits, even if they have insurance through their employer, and pay a lot more out-of-pocket costs if this act is repealed when there's no suggestion that a replacement would be put in play anytime soon. So I did ask some of my constituents to get back to me and tweet to me or get back to me about how the Affordable Care Act has been helping them. And I just wanted to give you a few examples. One is George Millett from Lawrence Harbor, who said that the ACA provided additional health care for my autistic son, who had aged out on my employer's health plan. Attempts in the interim to find a health care plan for him were thwarted by insurance companies that did not want to cover him. Some of the things that we did in the Affordable Care Act that people may or may not know about is that we made it possible for people who had pre-existing health problems, like someone who had cancer previously. We made it possible for them to get affordable health insurance. We made it possible for people to have their children on their health care policies until the age of 26. That is now mandated by the law. So we also have a tweet from Alex in Marlborough, who says that the ACA helped me to stay on my parents' health care for 3 years after college, which was a huge relief in a tough job market. That's an example of someone, as I said, who's able to stay on their parents' policy until the age of 26. And lastly, Rob from Highland Park, who says, both daughters received coverage under parents' plans until 26, saving them thousands. And later, both were enrolled in the plans through the ACA for 1 to 2 years, also saving thousands while receiving decent coverage. Worked well for our family. What Rob is really highlighting is that for many people before the Affordable Care Act, even if they had employer-sponsored coverage, even if they got health insurance through their employer, oftentimes the insurance was skeletal. It didn't provide a lot of benefits. It had a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. And some people had what we would call catastrophic coverage, where they wouldn't have any kind of health insurance at all unless their expenses were tens of thousands of dollars. So these are some of the things that the Affordable Care Act improved, not only in terms of better quality care and less out-of-pocket costs, but also better benefits. And we estimate between 20 and 30 million Americans who didn't have health insurance now have it because of the Affordable Care Act. So I am determined to fight against these Republican efforts to repeal the Affordable Care Act, and I'm going to continue that work here in Congress.